Hello, and thank you for joining us on another one of Baby Elias's afternoon time bedtime stories, depending on where you are. Our next story is a sequel. It is called The Voyages of Doctor Dolittle by Hugh Lofting. Hugh Lofting's sequel to the Story of Doctor Dolittle, which first introduced us to the very special man who could talk to animals and come to their aid. The Voyages of Doctor Dolittle takes us to Polynesia and beyond, far from his home of Puddleby-on-the-Marsh. The book, written and illustrated by Lofting, was published in 1922. Its subtitle, The Popsipetel Picture History of King John Thinkalot, invites us to embark on the Doctor's fanciful adventures. It won the Newbery Medal in 1923. Let's begin, shall we, Baby Elias? Off we go! The Voyages of Doctor Dolittle by Hugh Lofting. Prologue. All that I have written so far about Doctor Dolittle I heard long after it happened from those who had known him. Indeed, a great deal of it took place before I was born, but I now come to set down that part of the great man's life which I myself saw and took part in. Many years ago the Doctor gave me permission to do this, but we were both of us so busy then voyaging around the world, having adventures and filling notebooks full of natural history, that I never seemed to get time to sit down and write our doings. Now, of course, when I'm quite an old man, my memory isn't so good anymore, but whenever I am in doubt and have to hesitate and think, I always ask Polynesia the parrot. That wonderful bird, she is now nearly 250 years old, sits on the top of my desk, usually humming sailor songs to herself while I write this book. And as everyone who ever met her knows, Polynesia's memory is the most marvelous memory in the world. If there is any happening I am not quite sure of, she is always able to put me right, to tell me exactly how it took place, who was there, and everything about it. In fact, sometimes I almost think I ought to say that this book was written by Polynesia instead of me. Very well then, I will begin. And first of all, I must tell you something about myself and how I came to meet the Doctor.